Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
hoes and skid scabs, molly
mm-hmm,
wags, all
mm-hmm.
y'all. We all inclusive around this bitch.
All
She-males,
everybody,
females, all
everybody.
y'all.
Mm.
Come inside and watch this show. Now, for welcome back. It's Sports
The whole
Punch.
Lebequita community, everybody.
What the LBGQTCAPCIABA, FB. No, I'm calling the FBI part.
Everybody from the Lebequita community, everybody, you know?
But yeah, welcome to Sports Punch, another
Mm-hmm.
edition. It's your boy Keith Too Tall, my man's
Ah,
brother O,
yeah.
Soul Prophets Podcast,
Yes.
representative, liver.
Yes.
But we back, baby. We got a good show for y'all. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we'd be remiss to start this off without saying happy belated birthday to the long legend living. Now has great all time. Who could top three? If not number one, depending on who you ask.
Depending on who you
Kobe,
talk to.
Kobe motherfucking Bean Bryant. His
Hobelius,
birthday, actually,
Bennington,
a couple
Bryant.
days ago,
Yes, his birthday was on
August
August
23rd.
23rd. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's
Yes, sir.
still I can't believe to this day that he has passed away. Do you remember
It's
where you was at when you found out he had passed?
I think I was on my way home that day.
Mm.
I think I had left work when I found out. And I was on my way home, like I can't believe this what I'm hearing. And I think the NBA was still going on. Wasn't that during COVID
Yeah, that was
or
like
something like it
yeah,
was like
that was
it was like
2020,
it was like
January.
March. Yeah.
It
No,
was
no,
January 2020 because I remember it was like you said it was during the COVID. So
yes. Yes, and it was I was about to say it was March Madness, but it was heading into March Madness because it was January. And they were telling players, I think one of the players had a really great game that night, and they were in the background telling them that Kobe had died. And they're like, "Yo, you serious? Like, yo, don't play like that." And I forgot who it was, but he was saying it, and they were telling him, and then like he kind of like his whole face and demeanor changed as they were telling him that yo,
yes,
Kobe's no longer with us, man. He made a transition. And it was hard to believe because people were like, not Bean, like, how would that ever happen to
no,
Bean?
yeah,
What
it
would
means
how would Bean be in a situation where his life would get taken? And the information slowly came out that Kobe Bean Bryant was in a helicopter crash, and it killed him and several other people that were on the plane, on the not on a plane crash, on the helicopter crash with them. They said the smoke was too thick. They tried to turn back or they tried to reroute, but it was just too much. Kobe, along with Gianna and several other people who were there with their children and their fathers, passed away on that crash. Sad day.
definitely
However,
terrible.
on August 23rd, Kobe Bean Bryant was born. And
Yes,
because that, we want to acknowledge him for what he left, which is his great moments in basketball. And because he left us with such great moments, Keith, we gonna name our top moments in the NBA with Kobe Bean Bryant. Let's go from number 8 to number 24. What you got? And if we agree on them, we gonna X them out. All right. So how many did you choose? You chose your five?
I started off with like five, then I ended up like going down the rabbit hole. Like, all right, what actually I see myself like with my own two eyes, like where I remember specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a few. Like I figure we might have a couple of the same ones, maybe possibly.
Yes. Yes.
So I mean, I just threw a couple more in there. But if you want to kick it off, see what what kind of temperature we running or where we at with it.
All right.
I
So
mean,
let me get my list of brother. Let me get my list. Let me get this list. Okay. So the first one I got, it is just not in order. So all you
yeah,
assholes that think that we're gonna do this in order, we're not. We're just gonna list our top Kobe Bean Bryant moments. My first one is when he dropped 81 points on the Toronto Raptors.
of course, of course, yes. Third most scoring, highest scoring ever. Now it was second a few months ago, but
Second at
thanks
the
to Bam
time.
Adebayo, 83 scoring. Uh, he has now
Bam, bam,
81.
thank you, ma'am. Jumped in there with 83 points. People are in disgust with that, but then we'll talk about that another time, maybe even later in this podcast. But Kobe Bryant, he dropped 81 points. Is that top on your list?
That's top of my list. Yes,
Is that on your list? Okay.
it was
So
on my list. Yeah, it would probably be number one more likely.
so we can both since we both have that on our list, we'll just talk about that one together. Where were you when Kobe dropped 81 points?
Shit, I was in high school. No, what year was that? 06. So I was, hmm, I was in. I forgot what. I was 16. Yes, I was in high school at the crib watching the game, and like not really, because I was, I ain't have like NBA League Pass. I just remember hearing about like, the scores off the ticker and like hearing about it through like they was keeping up with it a little bit when it was getting a little like close to 60 and shit. But I'm pretty sure I was watching the Bulls game that night, but watching the highlights and stuff and how it went down. I mean, it was a pretty much a they like I said they were probably down at one point during the game, early in the game. So this was like it wasn't like him just like point chasing. Like they needed these
They
81
were
points.
getting blown. I remember the game. They were getting blown the fuck out by Jalen Rose, Morris Peterson, and whoever else was on that bum ass team with the Toronto Raptors. And Kobe Bryant just all of a sudden just said, "Man, fuck this. I'm not going out like this." I don't know if that's what he actually said, but you could tell during the course of the game. For him, it was like Kobe just said, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this tonight. I don't think I'm gonna ever do this like this. Like if you're gonna beat us, you're gonna have to like earn it, and
Yeah.
something just turned on in Kobe, and he went crazy. I was at a friend's house. I was staying with somebody at the time.
Hmm.
At the time, his name was De'Aaron. I was staying with De'Aaron at his place. We were like brothers at the time, and I was staying at his place. And everybody kept running. They were running in and out of the house, saying, "No, sir, that's not gonna happen." Wait, was I staying at the homie house? I think yeah, I think I was there, and they were coming in and out, and they kept telling me, "Come outside, yo, it's happening, like it's happening outside." And I'm like, I'm pointing to the TV because like I was stuck. And I'm like looking at the TV, like, yo, like they like what? I'm like, dude got 50 points in like the third quarter or something. They're like, what? They like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, like at the time, let me say this
Dude.
because no, okay, so I gotta go give y'all some history for everybody who don't know. I'm from Chicago. Me and Keith are both from Chicago, South Side, East Side. We represent wherever we go. That's our thing. I don't like Kobe. No matter how great he is at the time, still is. Michael Jordan is number one, and then it's Kobe Bryant, right? So Kobe has already won a couple championships, two or three at the time. I think this is after Shaq has already left. So Shaq is in Miami, I believe. Dwayne Wade is learning the game. He's on his way to becoming the Flash with Shaq, or he is the Flash when Shaq gets there. I don't like this dude, so I'm not going to acknowledge who he is because I just don't like him. And I'm like, man, he ain't nothing but a rip off of Mike. That's
Mhm.
all he is, right? So I don't want to say his name. The homie Earl come in there and he look at the TV. He looks directly at the TV. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, buddy in here getting busy, bro. Like he cooking." He like, "No fucking way." He leave out. He go tell everybody else. Everybody else come running in the house, in and out of the house, in and out of the house. Bucket for bucket for bucket. They like, Matt, tell us what's going on. Tell us what's going. Pete, come tell us what's going on. I have not left. I'm sitting there the same way I'm sitting here right now.
Mhm.
I did not leave where I was. I was just sitting there, just watching dude get bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket.
Yeah, he was going crazy. Like he was doing everything, like splitting the triple teams, double teams. Like they was throwing that shit at him. They was trying to stop him. Unlike when Bam did it, they was trying to avoid fouling him or trying to foul him. I don't know. It was just a bunch of
They were trying
tomfoolery.
to foul Bam because they didn't think Bam could hit the free throws. I understand that people are mad at Bam, but right now it's just Kobe. So 81 points is the first one I'm gonna start with Kobe being Bryant, as far as him being in the league and being that dude. What would be your next one?
My next one
Mm-hmm.
is actually against my boy Jordan. So one game when Jordan went to Wizards,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
the second comeback when he came with the Wizards, he had gave Kobe some work. When they played against in Washington, I believe. Michael had like 25 points, but was giving Kobe that work, that the fade, the post move, pivot, and then And then at some point in the game, Mike told Kobe like, "You can wear the shoes, but you can't feel them." So Kobe, I guess like they got a chance to play the Wizards like a couple of weeks, if not like a month later or something like that.
Mhm.
Supposedly Kobe went mute on motherfucker, like he ain't talk to nobody really like that. On his
Mhm.
own team, like he wasn't like a social at all. He was focused, he was laser beating in. I guess whatever Mike told him that game, that stuck with him.
Turned him
He
up.
wasn't
Yeah.
fucking around. Boy, the next time that mom seen Mike, why that man why he give Mike 55 points on his head? I'm like, oh no, and being a Jordan
That's a
head,
good one. That's a
I'm
good.
not fucking with it. But for the show that one of the stories of like why Kobe is damn near just as like Mike, or he remember everything, he takes everything personally,
Mhm.
and he
Mhm.
gonna whatever you said or did to him last time, he gonna remember it. And
You remember? He gonna mark it
he held,
down. It's on the calendar.
I ain't gonna say he held grudges, but he remembers certain things in his career, which is actually gonna come in line in some other stories that I
Stop
go
it. Stop it. The man was holding a grudge. I gave you 55. I gave you a double nickel.
55.
I
Tap that
gave
man
you a
on the
double
ass.
nickel. At the age you damn near are. You know what I'm saying? Just to
Like
let you know.
this man was the
And
only
tap
one
you on
that
your butt while I was doing it. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. So
Come
I mean
on,
to come
man.
back and give Mike, even though it was an old Michael, but still it was like Mike. It was one of those times Mike probably was like,
But you
I
know
probably
what
should
was
have
one of
said
the
that.
dopest ones that I did not even put on my list? When Kobe first came in the league and Mike knew that he was going at him and they had that game at the United Center. Remember that? It was Shaq, it was Kobe, it was Eddie Jones, it was Nick Van Exel, it was Eldon Campbell on that squad. Like they were really
Yeah,
deep. And like
that,
four of those guys were all stars. All of them might have been all stars at the time, but it was a really deep Lakers squad. And Kobe did the windmill and he windmilled the ball and he fell and everything. Like it was a really crazy game. I remember that. A lot of people got killed and beat up over them shoes too. All right, the next one I got for a Kobe Bryant moment. Rest in peace of Kobe Bryant as we do this. August 23rd was the birthday of Kobe Bean Bryant. My next moment for Kobe Bean Bryant was the Summer League crossover and that elevation. Do you remember that?
come on, when he was on in the parks or like
No, sir. When
outside
they did
or
the
the
when they
summer
did
league,
this
like
when they
when he
did
was
the
rookies.
scrimmage, when they did the preseason game, and he said, I'm about to take off on these niggas. And he caught the ball at the top of the key, and he did the Iverson crossover, and he took off from the dotted line right before the dotted line was invented, I think. And he took off and he boomed. I forgot who he boomed on, but he caught him. And it was just a nasty body the
Kind of a
whole time.
body, a body.
Body to body, you and me, body to body. And he just yammed on the motherfucker. I forgot who it was he yammed on, but it was very nasty. Um, it was really sick when he did that.
Nah, yeah. Uh, my one of my next ones.
Hmm.
It's actually a little. This mom went crazy on a 4 game stretch where he scored 50 points or more in March of 2020 2007,
I
and that
remember
mom
that.
he scored 65 points, 50, 60, and then 50 again in a 4 game stretch. I think that's probably what one of the few people that ever do that. But like that, I remember during that time, like this man, I just remember just reading the paper or like seeing ESPN and like this man going crazy in this little stretch, which is like, damn, like this is something. I don't know, this is some greatest of all time type shit like this stretch, and then
It was.
he
It was.
followed that up with a 43 point game after that, but he just wasn't 50 point. But still, that's averaging over damn near 50 points per game in a 4 game stretch. I just remember that time. I was 17. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker going crazy.
Yeah. Kobe had some crazy moments. I remember that streak of 40-point games that he had as well.
Yeah,
But
nine
that's a
straight games.
Ooh, come on, man. You know your history on that game, man. Let these people know, keep you a little bit, you something like a little bit of a historian, bro. You working on it?
Oh, like bro, if you would have met me when I was younger, I was way more historian. I didn't forgot more shit than I ever, that I can
Ooh,
remember now.
talk
I
your
used to,
shit.
I used to be
Talk
the
your
coldest with that.
shit.
You know that game where people just name, where guys just name random NBA
Random
players.
facts. Yeah.
I used to be that. I used to be cold at that shit. You couldn't fuck with me on that game. I'll name you some players you ain't never heard of or like don't remember. But like it just, I had a book of the NBA about the history of it and on from
Hmm.
about the Dr. Naismith and all that stuff. I used to
Hmm.
know all the facts back then. Used to check all the box scores. I used to know who was on the team, on everybody's team at one point where it was like I just knew the first one through 12 men in the league for sure. Now I can't tell you who the eighth man is on the team, but yeah, man, that 9 straight games of 40 points was crazy, crazy. I
My
want to say that
next
was like
my
one.
next one. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
want to say one of those like either that stretch of 4 games of 50 points or the 9 games of 40. He like the only person, it's like second person to ever do like some shit like that.
Either way, man, you can't go wrong with either stretch of games,
Yeah,
right?
none, none at all.
So my
Is it?
next one would be helping win the gold medal, because
Yes.
the Olympics before that, U.S. you were asked. I don't know who asked Kobe to show up and help them out, but from what they were saying, Kobe went and talked to Coach K and he told him, "Yo, if I play, I'm playing for keeps. I'm not playing just to be there. Like if I show up, I'm showing up and I'm showing up on fire and I'm playing to win. I'm not playing to just come there and represent the country. I'm playing because I'm there to win. There is no other thing. There is no other way this can actually go for us unless we win." And I watching the Redeem team, they said Kobe showed up, and that very first practice, you knew it right away when he jumped over the chairs that was sitting around the court, and he jumped out. He jumped out of bounds to grab a pass and throw it back in. And he said, "All right, so he's serious. We gonna have to get serious." They said he was playing defense like full court on everybody, or he was playing people like for real. And said that's when they knew, like, oh, it's gonna be serious. Like we really gotta ball out. You over there crying, man?
Nah.
Oh, okay, I thought you was crying. I thought I saw tears coming out your eyes and you was wiping your eyes and everything. But yeah, so that was my next moment. Kobe being in Olympics, him talking crazy to Powell, knocking Powell on his ass, doing one of the Olympic games, talking crazy to all those guys in their own language too. He was speaking Spanish. He was speaking I don't want to call it Slovenian, but I forgot the actual language. But he was speaking a different language, speaking
He knew
Italian to
that
them
shit too.
guys. Huh?
Italian, French. He said
He
French,
was
all
speaking
that
all
stuff.
that shit. Just to let them know, man, I'm at y'all. We on y'all, man. We here to take over this hoe.
Nah, yeah, I remember that because I was excited. I was like, oh, Kobe, because he never played in the USA team. So I was like, damn, Kobe never
Mhm.
played USA team. But that year when he came on that team, he made everything better. Like far as like everybody took everything a little more serious. Work. He started. I remember one time they went out late night. They saw Kobe working out at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and mother that just came out was like, "Oh, we gonna go work out with Kobe and shit." He made them step their game up and like, all right, we finna come back and bring this goal home. But it was so many games where Kobe kind of just took over. Some games he helped, facilitate some shit.
Mhm.
Let LeBron do his thing. It was some games Dwayne Wade did his thing. Melo did his thing.
Yeah. Everybody
I
had a
remember
chance,
that.
but when Mamba said we going this way, that was just the way we going, man.
Yeah,
So
but
he
he
showed
ran.
with his play and by his way of his actual deeds on the basketball court that this is the only way to actually win. This is the only way to succeed when we doing this.
Yeah, but when he went through Pau Gasol chest and ran that man over and
Yes,
told
sir.
the team before that, I'm gonna run through Pau.
And
That's
yeah,
when they was like,
told the team
oh
that,
shit,
and that this is my teammate. I'm doing this too, by the way.
yeah, yeah, literally. So hey, that man Kobe, he was definitely a maniac on the court, man. He was 1-on-1 for sure. Had that mentality he brought to the team that helped us get that goal. He played a couple years, like it wasn't just like a one and done like thing. Like they played a couple years to like get ready for that. Even in a red versus I think it was like white versus blue game, like team scrimmage between other
Yeah, and it
his team
became
was losing.
it
I think
was
it was like his
between
team
him and
versus
Braun.
yeah, and then Brian team was winning like most of the game, and then Kobe went on a run by himself and just like brought him back, and they won a game. I was like, oh shit, like this might be. And that one it was like you should watch those USA games on TV, ESPN or whatever the channel was on. And I was looking forward used to look forward to those times when it was like 1-0 going on in the summer. So
Yeah, they
man,
say part of that started because of a block or something. They said he blocked Kobe, not LeBron blocked Kobe shot, and I guess it was like one of those shots that Kobe just normally knocked down. He said he turned around, he looked, and Bron. They said it wasn't like a look. So I don't know because I went there. But the way that they were wording it was LeBron just looked at him like, yeah, I got it. Not one of those like, yeah, nigga, like this is all night. And Kobe
Yeah.
just saw just that little bit of a look. They said just turned him up. And he wanted all the smoke from that point on. So he brought their team back. And they ended up winning that game, which was like one of the greatest games ever in history to watch. So what would be your next one?
My next one is actually I got to tell a little backstory, an admission, confession. So those first 2 years when the Lakers won their championships in '01, 2000, 2001, I was big Lakers fans. Mainly because of Shaq, but around that time Kobe was coming along. But that alley-oop he threw to Shaq in Game 7 against the Blazers, I remember watching that. I was like, everybody going crazy at the Staples Center. I was like, oh my God. And they was down 15 to the Portland Trailblazers in that game.
Hated Kobe even more when as soon as he hit Scotty with that shit. I'm like, it's
And he
over.
hit Scotty for that. Yeah, he did the left right on his right left on him. Threw it up to Shaq. Shaq barely, I don't know, barely, but he got it. But it looked like he could
Barely,
barely
man.
get it.
Shaq went up and got that bitch, man.
And then threw his hands up to his sons in the stadium. But I just remember watching that. I was like, damn. Maybe because I always been like, not against the grain ass nigga, but like my brothers was rooting for the Portland because of Scotty and like Rasheed Wallace and all them. And I rock with
Facts.
them too. I was big
Facts.
fans of them too. But I was like, for some reason, I was just rocking with the Lakers because I was like, they was new. Shaq was on the team. Kobe was coming up. I mean, Phil Jackson, that's kind of what I was like. I got Phil Jackson. I think Horace Grant was on that team or something like that. Maybe Dennis Rodman
Bro,
or
I
at
was
some
so
point.
upset when he hit Scotty with that. And we in the house. It's another time because I'm staying with the homie, right? And the homie Earl in there watching. He like, Lakers got it. Lakers got it. And he going crazy. He talking mad shit. He like, it don't matter how many games it go. Kobe is not gonna let them win, bro. He's like, you know that. You know the game better than anybody in here. And he talking cash shit, fam.
Yeah. Nah, yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
they up. I'm looking at him. He has not stopped talking the whole time. He coming in and out the house. They outside. They having a good time outside. I'm in there watching the game, kicking it with the family. This man come back in, and you seeing Kobe catch the ball, and I went, oh. He's like, because you know what's about to happen, bro. He was so excited. He's like, because you know
Yeah.
what's about to happen. And that split second that I said, I was like, ah. When he called Scotty up top, bro, I was like, it's about to be AI Jordan all over again, fam. It's about to be one of those
Yeah.
moments. As soon as
Yeah.
he caught him, I'm like, He like, you know this is over, bro. He's like, crossover. He's like, you know he's about to throw it up. He throws it up to Shaq. This man go crazy. And he go outside. This shit over with. They about to kill it. Bro, I hated this motherfucker for like 10 seconds, bro. All the 10 seconds I hated, bro. He like a little brother to me. That's my homie Earl. But I
Yeah.
hated that motherfucker for like 10 seconds. Because I hated Kobe too. He's like, bro, you got to give it up. He's the best player in the league going forward. Shaq don't want to stay in shape. Look at Shaq running up and down the court. He looked like a big ass panda. You know what I'm saying? In a sweatsuit or some shit. He making fun of him. So I'm like, I didn't even want to give it up. Even though I knew like, yo, Kobe is the next best player in the league, I just didn't want to give it to him, bro. I
Yeah.
just didn't. But when he shook Scotty Hood left to right and he cut down the middle and he threw that bitch up, I was like,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
Yeah. No, like, I fucked with them first two championships, but with that third one, I was like, all right, I'm tired of their ass.
Because I really wanted Scotty to get one. He was like, bro,
Yeah.
Scotty, he's like, Scotty good. He's like, nigga, Scotty old. He's like, Scotty, it's a wrap. He's like, you know how this
Yeah.
goes. That nigga Kobe want the lead. He keeps saying that. He said, no matter how hard these niggas try to keep this away from me, I am going, this is my shit.
Yes, sir.
And it was just undeniable. It was undeniable, bro. So salute to the Lakers at that time. Salute to Kobe Bean Bryant, the spirit of Kobe Bean Bryant, the
Mm-hmm.
motherfucking family, man. That was just one of those moments when I sat there and watched it. I was like, yo, I do not like this nigga Kobe, but there was no denying him. The next one for me will be when he welcomed Dwight Howard to the league.
Oh, that was a note. Yeah, that was one of my highlights. Yeah.
Yeah. After he did
Went
that
up.
to Dwight Howard, that's when Dwight Howard went and got his big ass in the gym and he really started to become that guy. You know, he got stronger, he got bigger, and Dwight Howard became a phenomenon in the league as well. The fastest to like 10,000 points and 10,000 rebounds or something like that. His stat game became really crazy. He was averaging like 2 or 3 blocks a game. One of the few players to be 6'10" or 7 feet tall, whatever they have him listed as, that could go jump up and get the ball off the top of the backboard. Even though they say that he wasn't, I believe that he either was or he was very close to it, because I know there were other players that was jumping up there and they was touching the top of the fucking backboard. And I'm seriously wondering, was Dwight Howard doing it? Because they said he was dunking on 12 feet at one point in time. So somebody lying about something. I think he almost did that in a dunk contest too, but one of the rims was like 11 and a half
Oh
feet. So,
yeah, he
and
got
he
up there.
dunked that
Yeah,
bitch with ease when he did it. So somebody ain't really telling the truth about that shit. So yeah, that
yeah,
was another
Dwight was there.
moment when Kobe welcomed Dwight Howard into the league.
Nice
Jammed
little
on
baptism.
his nuts on his back and everything, and Dwight Howard realized like,
Yes,
yo, I really gotta get in shape.
that was nasty work.
Very.
One of my next ones is actually a couple of battles Kobe done had.
Okay. What
One
happened?
with T Mac when they had a couple games where they were just going at it 30, 40 piece. But it was this one sequence in actually that I'm talking about where T Mac was posting up Kobe, hit him with the
Yes.
left, made Kobe fall, spent off his ass. I think he dunked it or yammed that bitch or laid it in or something. Everybody
Bro,
was
he
like, oh,
faded away on that bitch. He faded away.
straight away. Everybody was like, well, oh, wait, Orlando. Kobe came back down like, fuck y'all talking about. Came down, yam that bitch. I'm like, oh, that. But that little back and forth at one point when it was T Mac versus Kobe, who was the best player in the league, those were
That
some
was it
games to
right there.
watch. And I used to love watching the Lakers go to Orlando because that court they had, and just T Mac at his prime versus Kobe going at their prime. Literally one A, one B at the moment. Depending on who you ask and where you were from.
Absolutely. And then Shaq coming from Orlando to the Lakers.
Exactly.
Almost he could have been somebody that was instigating the whole thing, let you know, like, yeah, you might be good over there, but I got the young fella with me, even though, he had his issues with Kobe and everything. So that was a nasty, nasty game right there that you're talking about. Very nasty.
They was going at
Very
it.
dope game. All right.
And then
The next one for me would be when he dunked over Steve Nash. I don't think that bucket counted.
yeah,
But
they
when he
called
dunked
foul.
over Steve
So
Nash, he caught that motherfucker, uh, and he jumped right over Steve Nash. And Steve Nash just stood. And Steve Nash like took it right in the chops too. And I think they called charge. And I don't remember. I have to go back and look at it, but I jumped up and down when I saw that, bro.
yeah, that was crazy.
Because I was like, yo, I can't deny this dude no more. Like I just got to give him his respect. Like at this point, what do you do? What do you say about a dude who's doing everything that he can to not just be exciting to the game, but he's taking over the game at the same time. And the more you try to deny it, the more evidence that he give you that, yo, you can't do nothing about, like, I'm here, bro. Like I ain't going nowhere. You gotta
Yeah.
get it to me.
Oh yeah. That was because I had that on mine too. Like he just if you actually look up Steve Nash, not maybe not Steve Nash highly, but like Steve Nash been on the bad end of some dunks or posters. He
Yeah.
he went. I forgot who it was. I think T Mac got him too as well, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, a few of us got Steve Nash caught him sleeping, or he was just trying to take a charge and just it didn't work out for him. But that
And
was a
Steve
good
Nash was not known for defense either, bro.
nah nah. But another favorite moment was actually Kobe's first All Star game where he got voted in by the fans somehow, some way, in as a rookie. But he got to play against MJ, and he was going to MJ, and not just MJ, but like the All Star team. Like he kind of
The
like
whole
made
team,
his
yeah, he was
name.
at it.
I think
He
he
was
had
at it.
like damn near like 15, 18 points in that game. And the only thing is, I believe George Karl was the coach of that team, All Star team, and did not put Kobe back in the fourth quarter. So Kobe said that he always remembered that, which is going to lead to my next Kobe favorite Kobe moment. But basically, that Jordan versus an All Star game, he was talking about in the last damn like that young boy. He all you gonna do is shoot. All you gonna do is score. That Laker boy, call him a Laker boy, whatever. And then Kobe came in, started doing, going there, Georgia, started scoring. I was like, ooh, as a rookie in the All-Star game,
Yeah,
trying to make a name for
the
yourself.
young boy. You said the young boy wanna prove it, prove everybody. I forgot what he's saying. The young boy, hey, you know he going at everybody tonight, right? The
He
young
gonna
guy, he
play
going at
1-on-1.
everybody tonight. Y'all know that, right? The young boy going at everybody tonight.
Yeah, that Laker boy, he said he want all he do is play 1-on-1. He don't want to pass the ball. No, team basketball. That's crazy. Coming from Mike, how he used to be kind of like the same when he was younger.
True. True. Here's my last one. I don't know how many more you have, but the pass from Robert Ory, the wrap behind the back, and then he did the reverse dunk. That was crazy just for me to see that.
Yeah, that was
He
nasty.
did that.
He was cold with them, like right behind the basket.
Yeah,
Any reversals. He had
yeah, he
one
put on his
on
damper.
KG and Wally Zerback in Minnesota. Also, when he went under the rim
Yes, when he went
and
under and KG tried to get out the way. Big ticket
nah,
was too
yeah,
late, man. You was
yeah,
already in that
yeah,
poster, bro. He caught you, man. I was a big
yeah.
ticket fan,
Lord, Lord,
especially when he was
Lord,
in
Lord.
Minnesota,
He was
bro.
calling for Lord that time. Lord, Lord, help,
Yeah,
help, Lord.
yeah. It wasn't no help from the Lords on that one, bro. You got penalized, bro. Could nobody come to service and save you on that one, bro. You was stuck on your own on that one, bro. You got on that one. That was a beautiful one. Or the one when he was in New York, when Kobe was in New York and he went baseline and he banged on them niggas when he was in the garden. You know what I'm saying? That was a good one as well.
Yes, sir.
So that's my last one. You got any more?
Yeah, I got the last one. Where I was talking about where George Carl had, didn't sub in Kobe in the fourth quarter, and Kobe remembered that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Years down the line, when Kobe met the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, one of my favorite finals I saw, because Melo, one of my favorite players of all time, him and Kobe was going at it game for game. This is a game where I believe Kobe did say that Melo kind of taught him how to defend the post, because Melo kept bullying ball him in the post, and Melo one of the best post players, especially like a small as a wing in the league at the
Facts.
time or ever, like
Ever,
score
ever.
period. So
Let's just say ever because Melo is that dude.
yeah, so I was watching that series, like, that was probably one of the, besides the Bulls, that's probably one of the series I remember watching like vividly every game, rooting for the Nuggets. And it went, Lakers won the first one, Nuggets won game two, Lakers won game three, Nuggets won game four, but the Lakers ended up winning game six, 5 and 6 on some like last minute, stealing the ball on the inbounds type shit. Fuck Trevor Ariza. I'm cool with Trevor Ariza, but
Yeah, talk your
I'm
shit.
mad he made that steal on the boys. Kept my boy Melo out the finals when he had that. That's probably his best chance to get to the finals. But Melo was giving the Lakers work. The Lakers work, even though he did kind of have like bad shooting nights in a couple games, but he still gave Kobe and them that work against that team. And that was a team that won a championship. So just imagine how they beat the Lakers. They could have met Dwight Howard in the finals and made my boy probably would have had him a championship. I don't know. But that was one of my favorite series that I remember of Melos, and then just Kobe just giving the Nuggets words. Like that was one of them. I'm like, man, like I hate this nigga. Like he just can't be
Telling you,
stopped. Like whatever he wanted to
just
do,
made
he
you feel
did
that
it.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was probably like, that's when my growth of Kobe hate really grew then. I was like, I like this nigga.
No, you don't want to like him, man. Like, and then the nigga had a commercial about people singing against him and talking, saying he's like, man, y'all let that shit on out, man. He had the
Yeah,
whole
that
commercial.
was a cold
Paul
commercial. That
Pierce,
was cold.
everybody, bro.
He had a couple cold commercials. One he had one with Kanye and all them. That was funny. One and more and all that stuff. Like, what more can I do? But
More.
honorable mention. That was I think that was five for both of us. But honorable mention when that Mark tore his Achilles, but still got up, walked to the free throw line and knocked his free throws down. I ain't never seen that because like I ain't know too much about Achilles like that. I knew it was like when the Achilles healed, that was like supposed to be like
Devastating
literally
injury.
the weakest part of your body. Like if you lose that, you kind of fucked. But
Devastating injury.
I was like, I ain't never really seen nobody else. I've seen multiple Achilles injuries since then.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers don't walk like get up and walk back. I think one more person tried to do that thing. Maybe Clay or somebody try to do the same
Now your
thing.
Achilles, man, the tendon rolls all the way up. Remember, it's attached to your calf and everything else, so it rolls all the way up when you tear it, when it snaps. And then
Yeah.
once you hear that pop, pop, and it's gone, it rolls
Hmm.
all the way. For those who don't understand, look at your Achilles in the back. I'm gonna try to put mine up here. right? Is that right there? Right there. You see what mine's got all messed up at? It's right there. So when
Excuse the
it
ash,
pops,
y'all. He got ashy
yeah,
Achilles in
it's
his bed.
ashy, but that's all good. You know, that's from trying to sniff cocaine out of
Give it
a
that
bag.
callus.
Yeah, but boom. So when that rolls up, all of that right there, it goes all the way back up there, and they have to go in there to pull it back down. All right, they got to reattach it back down here. And when they attach it down here, you have to do all the rehab work to make it strong. So
Yeah,
that's why they make sure that you do your calf raises and your stretches to make sure that it's strong. And it's not just strong, but flexible and durable. And it's been conditioned to withstand a beating all the time, right? So when you see these guys, those was the number the 4 zeros or the 3 zeros, Tatum, Lillard, and Halliburton. You know, so much stress and strenuous activity and exertion of energy on a Achilles, it popped, pop, it gave way on.
yeah,
You know, so
yeah,
maybe it wasn't worked out well, or maybe they just overextended and it popped. But Kobe's one of those guys that got up and he went and made the free throw, and then he went and that was the end of his season like that. And he came back the next year or something like that. So
yeah.
yeah,
Had my one more season after that, but
yeah.
and then
Salute
Kobe
to the
Bryant.
Bean, man. Salute to the motherfucking Bean. Kobe Bean Bryant, one of the greatest players of all time. When you look at this and when you look at him and you think about shooting guards, the order of shooting guards, for me, it goes Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and then you go Dwayne Wade. And then after that, I don't know who you put in there because it won't matter to me after that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Them three. And for y'all Kobe heads out there, I know y'all probably wants to say his last game, that 60-point game, but it's our favorites. But also, it took him 50, 60 shots to get them 60 points. But I ain't
Oh,
gonna
you
knock
know
it
they're
all
gonna
the
get on
way.
your ass about that, boy.
I know, right?
They're
No, but
gonna get
yeah,
on your ass about that, boy.
that was a great way to go out. Though I give him that was a great way to go out.
Mm.
But yes, rest in peace, Kobe, one of the greatest of all time. It's crazy. Like what's crazy, what makes it even worse that he was going to do so much more or greater after
Yeah, he was on
basketball.
his way. He was on his way.
So shout out to Vanessa, shout out to Gigi, rest in peace, Gigi, to the other daughters that he had.
Yeah.
Prayers to y'all. I know y'all
Prayers to
just
the
going
whole
through it.
family. Prayers to the whole family, man. Salute to a great, great man. God bless his family, his kids, his heritage, his legacy. His parents who did a great job with raising a great young man. And he was able to let his light shine bright so that people could see his works while he was here. And with that said, man, Keith, we got other stuff we got to talk about, man.
Yes, Sirski. Yes,
We
Sirski.
are busy with sports, bro. It's been a while since we sat here and did this. We recently just celebrated um you getting a new position at work. You know, that's one of those things that we gotta salute. So we had hookers and we had cocaine and whores
Top of
out
the
with us
notch.
all Sunday. The bitches was out, the hookers was out, the cocaine was definitely out. If you all did not show up,
You
you
missed
missed out
out.
on a good time. You know,
Yes,
uh,
indeed.
there's
And
only
the
so
whole
many
weekend.
hookers. Yeah, the whole weekend was jam packed. He went to the concert and had a hell of a
Oh,
time. And
talk about hookers and cocaine.
oh
Well,
boy,
maybe not cocaine, but a
mm-hmm,
lot of bitches, a lot of
mm-hmm.
hoes,
Oh yeah,
women,
oh yeah,
ladies,
oh yeah. It was a
skip,
lot
scab,
of
scallywags. It was
yes, it
some
was a lot
bad
of
bitches out there.
salacious, promiscuous people that were hanging out for Friday and Saturday because there was a young man by the name of Christonius Bronicus and Ushurelius Ramondius in Chicago. And they came
Yes,
to put on a show, which I heard they did a damn good job. Keith, what do you say to that?
I agree. It was money well spent. It was an impulsive last minute decision. I was able to get a good price on it. I was like, all right, I ain't gonna do it unless it's around this range, and ended up being around in the range, so it worked out. Got me some nice little seats. It was flooded with women in there. Like one of my coworkers, like if a guy went to or somebody went, yeah, I think you're thinking more of a guy went to a Chris Brown Usher concert by himself. shit like that'd be weird. I'm like, I don't know. That's like a kid going to the candy store a little bit. Like it's gonna be hella women for him to get to know, try to know if he a shark or like to talk to ladies like that. So that'd be one of the chances I would say. All right, I wouldn't be mad at you going to that, especially like in an open space like you Soldier Field. But great music.
Nah.
I was more of a Team Usher fan than Chris Brown as far as like music goes. But like musically, I feel like every song that Usher played, everybody loved and it hit. Chris Brown, talent wise, like dancing and performance was way better. More of a entertaining. He had his too. Like for his match going back and forth. It was just like maybe a couple songs that either one I didn't get to hear that I thought he was gonna play, or two that I didn't know, and like it wasn't a classic or as great as the ones that Usher had on there. But I think Chris Brown did perform more songs. But the vibes was great. They had like a DJ performing for 2 hours. He had the concert rocking, playing
Yeah,
good music.
I
I think
bet
he played
you
a little bit
can't
of
miss with
everybody.
Chris Brown and Usher mashup. You can't miss. How? Because they covering two different genres.
Hmm.
So how do you miss? If you're a
Three
DJ and someone's
decades.
yes, if you're a DJ and someone tells you to play Usher and Chris Brown for the next couple of hours, you're a shitty DJ if you fuck that up.
I was like, he wasn't even playing Chris Brown and Usher. He was playing like all like R&B, hip hop.
He
Like
was. Oh, that's even better.
he played some R.
That's
Kelly. He
even better if you
played
sit there and you
some.
play more of that shit, bro.
Yeah, so he got the bitches wet in there. He got had the bitches wet.
Oh
Titties
yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
popping in there. There's some couple videos. I'm like, there's some bad bitches in this motherfucker that they
Oh yeah.
showing.
I'm sure titties was getting rubbed, bitches was getting a hug,
Titties was getting rocked hard
and
out there.
thugs was getting love. Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers was gonna go for Chris Brown or Usher, and we was gonna get the sloppy seconds after that.
Well, we know
So
that, like
definitely
those
a great time, worth
that's
it.
can't miss for them two niggas right there.
The only worst
But
part
but
was
for those who
losing.
don't know, Keith is younger. I'm in my 40s. Keith is in his 30s. So when he said he's definitely fucking with the Chris Brown era, that's because he's a younger dude. I'm from the Usher era, and you remind me of a girl that
No,
I
like
once knew.
I
Those
grew up
are
on Usher.
songs
Like
that he knows
I
about.
was
But
my way. I had that on cassette
Chris,
tape.
I mean not Chris, but if
Usher.
you know about Keith and you know how he came up in an era where about you got to research the group that he was a part of where he was pop locking. So um that was his thing. Keith grew up pop locking. So
Nah, I just had two older brothers and sisters that passed me down music, great music, to know. Well, bro, make you want to leave. I want to with my way. The album I had that on cassette tape. Like literally grew up on Usher, so I'm all the way team Usher. I just was in high school. That when Chris Brown came out, so that was like a time like okay, you start feeling yourself, starting talking to girls more, and Chris Brown was there to help you, say yo or
excuse me,
this girl is
miss. Can I
popping.
get
Like,
a room with you?
but performance wise, I give it to him. He ain't
Let me
nobody fucking with
say
him. It's more with flying around and shit. So yeah. But
yeah.
but we got some other topics on hand.
This. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start off with this first topic that I got. We're gonna get this out the way. Over the weekend, August 22nd, uh Rolando Romero fought Teofimo Lopez at the 147-pound weight class. I picked Rolly Romero to win, and I thought that he would just be a basic boxer, which is something that Teofimo Lopez does not like. Rolando Romero is known for being a power puncher. That's all he throws. He's not big on working behind his jab. He's not big on a lot of movement. He's not big on a lot of tricks. That's not what happened, ladies and gentlemen. It's not what happened. He had his hands in his pockets half the fight. I don't even know where he got pockets from. As a boxer, you don't really get pockets on your uniform when you go to the ring. But for some reason, Rolando Rolly Romero kept his hands in his pocket throughout the entire fight. He may have knocked down Tiafimo maybe once or twice during the course of the fight, but he did not look good.
When you say hands in his pockets, Would
When I
you?
say hands in his pockets, for those who do not know, he was not throwing a lot of punches. He kept his hands tucked in the chamber. He kept the bullet. He kept his gun on safety. So
Okay.
this is his hands all night. All night, this is what his hands was doing. And when he threw, he would throw sparingly. So if you threw a hook and he knew the hook was coming, bang, he'll throw a hook back because he's a good hooker. So he would throw his hook back. All right, for those who don't understand what I'm saying. Outside of that, we didn't really get much of a showing from Rolly Romero. Why? Because Teofimo Lopez neutralized the style of Rolly. Rolly had to keep his hands to himself, and because of that, uh, Teofimo was able to get away with the win. This was not one of those cards that was the most eye pleasing to me. I must say, and I must admit, and to those who know that I love, excuse me, those who know I love boxing, it's not anything to do with the card. It was just more of a thing for me where I was just disinterested, and I had been moving around for part of the day. Uh, I had been doing, I had been doing some laundry. I did some grocery shopping. So by the time I got home and I put that card on, I kind of was just like, all right, whatever. But when I got to the main event, I'm sitting there watching. I was like, man, it's really lackluster. This is a fight where people will say we believe in these guys because we know it's going to be a barn burner, which is what we were expecting. I was expecting it. I was like, man, Rolly's going to go forward, and then Teofimo's going to have to make the adjustments and stop him, or make him put his hands in his pocket. Well, Teofimo did that. Tio did that. He made the man put his hands in his pocket.
Yo.
And 12 round 12 rounds is what it went, and it was a majority decision to Teofimo Lopez. Um, Rolly, I don't know why you walked off the way you did. You walked off like you were the spoiled kid who got his toy took from him, and you didn't want people to talk to you. You didn't want the announcers and everything to talk to you, which is something that you shouldn't have done. It was in bad taste and it wasn't
That's-
professionalism. You was a sore loser. It made you look like a sore loser. It's something that you should not have done.
Yeah.
But you can come back from this. The only thing is that his style for anybody, especially if I don't understand why Devin Haney just didn't take this fight. Devin, why didn't you just take this fight against Rolly? Were you guys not able to make that fight? Because I believe if you would have fought Rolly, you would have neutralized Rolly the same way. Only thing that T.O. did was just get his eye bust open or whatever it was. Outside of that, T.O. good performance. What he did was pretty good. It was pretty solid. And I kept saying, "Oh, I know what T.O. is gonna do. T.O. is gonna throw in punches. He's gonna throw in bunches, not just punches. He's gonna throw punches and bunches. And because he was able to do that, he made
Mhm.
Rolly keep his hands at home for the majority of the fight. So it was one of those fights that we all wanted to see. We thought it would be an explosive fight because these are explosive guys. But it turns out that it ended up being a 12 round fight where Teofimo came out with the win. It was an action packed fight, but it just lacked. It was a lackluster experience from watching it.
And I, I, I would pick T.O. anyway, so
You would have picked
shout out to
T.O.
him.
You'd
Yeah.
have been you would have been a smart man if you'd have put 20 to $50 on. I don't know how much money would have made
Yeah.
because I'm not a gambling person, but you'd have made some decent money. And other boxing news, and I'll get off boxing. Let me see with this one. Well, actually, I got two more things about boxing. So Vergil Ortiz, we've been calling you out, Paige and Vergil Ortiz. Paige and Vergil Ortiz. Can anybody
Well,
find Vergil Ortiz? We've been asking for this guy. We've been looking for him. Keith's been dialing the number. I've been dialing the number. Even though it's like magical numbers that we don't know will actually connect to, if we can actually get service.
I almost had to put that man on the milk carton.
Man, we've been looking for you. Why are we hearing now Vergil Ortiz that you plan on going to 160?
Mm.
You supposed to be the man at 154. You don't have no titles or anything like that. You
No,
didn't want to fight Boots because Boots was nobody with a name. And then he fights and he wins two titles off of Xander Zayas. I said this would happen. I said Xander is gonna lose to Boots. And then it's all gonna fall on you to make the fight. So now you're not gonna make the fight. Why? Because Josh Kelly and Boots seem to be in negotiations for a fight at the end of the year. Why is that happening? I thought, in all honesty, Josh Kelly would not fight for the rest of the year because he got his nose crunched up. He got his nose cut up. It was a little twisted. So he's to me, I'm thinking, all right, a guy like that who calls himself Josh PBK Kelly, Pretty Boy Kelly, doesn't want to fight for the rest of the year because he don't want to mess up his nose again. So he's going to take the time off. He's going to heal up. He'll come back February, March, or April at the top of 2027, and he'll fight. Then he'll take a one off, but he'll fight a guy like you, Vergil, and then he'll go into the bigger fights with Boots and with Fondora. Guess what? That's not happening. The IBF title will be on the line with Josh Kelly against Boots's WBO and WBA titles. And Vergil Ortiz, you're gonna move up to 160, Mike G. Mike G, why are you going to 160 when Boots is right there? You said you didn't have to fight for a belt. You just wanted to make the fight. Okay, so now there's belts and there's money. And now you're not gonna make the fight at all? Something's wrong about this, man. Something's very suspect about the behavior of you boxers, man. Hey, slip, roll, roll,
He doing
weave. It look like something going on.
he doing some ducking. Like
That's what
he
I
doing a
heard.
little Kim, like
Quack, 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 quack. That's what it. I do hear him in the background. I don't know if you all hear him, but it does sound like there's some ducking going on, and it's coming from Vergil Ortiz. And if it's not, why are you going anywhere else? At 154, you're supposed to be the main guy. That's what you said. You're the main guy. You said Boots didn't have any titles, right? Boots didn't have no titles. There was no reason for you to fight him. Even if Alexander Zayas put on a great show, got 2 titles. Now that he got the 2 titles, you're not interested in fighting. Something is wrong with these scenarios that you guys keep putting up here and you guys keep putting out here, saying that it's about this and it's about that. Now I understand if you're trying to fight, hide your actual motive to fight or not to fight. But when you get in front of the camera, you say these things to a guy like me. The same thing I know about most fighters. If you really want to make the fight, you will make the fight. And all of you guys can fight on the zone. So there is no issue there. Oscar De La Hoya, are you sure you don't want him fighting? Boots? Is that what it is? Is it Oscar De La Hoya saying that? Because Oscar fought everybody, even when he lost. Oscar fought everybody. So Oscar De La Hoya, I don't think it's you doing this to him. Who is it, man? Or do you know that these guys are going to take a beat when they get in there with guys like Boots? Because you know it. You know boxing just about as good as anybody. The Golden Boy, you know what's up. So is it you, Oscar, or is it him and his camp saying, hey, we don't have no faith in you that you can get this job done? All right. Fundora, 6'6", 154-pound fighter. People would say that is the craziest thing in the world to see. But when you see this guy uppercutting from Hill and the way he puts punches together, you go, yo, I like that guy. You need a fight. We wait to see what you do. So if you guys aren't going to fight Boots, it would be nice to see you motherfuckers at the top of 2027, February, March. Y'all duke it out, right? Y'all duke it out. And y'all show everybody what y'all made of in 2027. And we get to see those fights. It would be nice to see you guys fight, man. You know, two of the best fighters at 154. That would be nice to see you guys fight. But if you ain't gonna do it, I understand. I understand. And then after that, that's all I got. On to you, Keith.
Was it somebody that said like the reason why boxing is messed up because they paying too much to the fighters or something like that? Did
They're
somebody
not
come out
paying
and say
too much,
that?
man. Man, Keith, if somebody gave you $500,000 right now to fight me, would you take it?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Somebody said, "Hey, I'll give you $500,000 to get in the ring and fight him for 10 rounds." Would you take it?
be in the position I'm in, yeah. 10 rounds,
Why
lose.
not? Why not? So when they offer a guy like Boots $5 million and they put you at 2 million, and then you tell me $2 million is not enough, why is it not enough? Well, I'm not getting this and I'm not getting that. It should be in your deal when you negotiate that you get a percentage. If you don't get a percentage of the live gate, you say, I want a percentage of the pay-per-view sales that get made off of this fight. And if I don't get that, then I would like to get some perpetuity put into my contract where I get paid for the rest of my life because you guys are going to be carrying this fight for as long as this world exists and as long as that tape exists, I would like a percentage of that. I want 15, 20% of that. Can
Hey
I get
man,
that? And there should be a deal worked out where you can get that because that's your intellectual property. You don't want to fight me. They just put on the event. So you should be able to get a piece of that. There's no reason for these fights to not be made. I think a lot of guys are saying that it's money. If it is money, you guys can work that out. Um, I think
working
some of
on
it, I think some of it is coming down to some of these guys. They just don't want to fight, and they don't want to go through what it actually takes to take on one of these top guys. So I'm not
these
saying
mother.
who it is because I'm not sure, but I also it's something wrong with it when you guys sit around. You say a guy doesn't have titles, and then they get titles. A guy doesn't have money behind him, and then he goes and fight, and then there's money behind him. We all know Eddie Hearn is ready and willing to put on the best fights possible. We all know that. So when you guys, I don't think no one is cashing themselves out if they're asking for $5 million unless Eddie Hearn doesn't see you as a top notch earner. And Vergil Ortiz brings a Mexican American and the Mexican crowd in with him. Fundora brings in a Mexican and the Mexican American crowd with him. So we know Mexican or Mexican American versus black has always been one of the top sellers. Or Mexican American versus Puerto Rican has always been top sellers. They are always top bill fights, top bill fighters. So if you can get anything like that going on, you have a winner. And we're not seeing that right now. But that's the history of boxing. Because and the reason why people say, well, why is that? Because these motherfuckers are representing a fucking country, man. And black people are the only ones that just look like we're just out of sorts. But we still stand up with the red, white, and blue shorts on. And because of Floyd, we went away from that. We started representing y'all shit. Not just because of Mexico, but because of Mexico representing black people. With the town Nacimientos de los Negros. Y'all represented. Y'all held us down. Y'all took care of us while we were over there. While we were running away from slavery. While we were trying not to get killed over slavery. Y'all represented us. So when we wear red, black, and green, it's not just revolutionary but gangster. But we represent y'all at some point in time because y'all took up for us. So while we sit here and we wait for these fights, we question it and we wonder, do the fighters want to fight? Or is there something wrong with the promotional banner that's behind them? And we don't want to call the fighters cowards. We don't want to call them punks. But y'all gotta start showing us something because Boots is out there and Boots is trying to make these fights happen at 154. We do know that. We look at Boots and we go, hey man, why he the only one out here trying to make these fights? Why is Boots the only one trying to make the fights at 154? I didn't want him to fight Josh Kelly. I wanted him to fight Vergil Ortiz. Why? Because that's one of the better fighters at 154. You guys said that Boots can't beat Vergil. Vergil's too big. He hits too hard. He's tough. He's a real puncher. Boots don't care about none of that shit. Take it from me when I tell you that. I be talking to some of these guys that's in their corner. Boots don't care about none of that shit. I'm telling you that much. Jaron Boots Ennis does not care about how hard you punch.
Yeah,
Jaron Boots Ennis wants all the smoke. He wants y'all to show him that y'all are what y'all say y'all are. The night of a fight, not in sparring, not against your sparring partners. He wants to find out the night of the fight that you are who you say you are. And if you don't deliver, he gonna smoke you out the same way he smoke out everybody else. And all y'all know it too. With
yeah.
that said, I'm done, brother.
All right. Fucks with it. Next topic. Why is Barry Bonds not in the Hall of Fame? Baseball Hall of
Why
Fame.
the fuck is Barry Bonds
Considered
not
one of
in
the
the Hall of
greatest
Fame?
hitters, if not baseball players of all time.
Say it one more
Why
time
he
with the
not?
camera right on you. Say it one more time. Hold on. Go ahead.
Why is Barry Bonds not in the Hall of Fame? Baseball Hall of Fame, one of the greatest players of all time in the game. I mean, 22 seasons played. Now I understand, like there was some, steroid issues, later in his career. But if you cut off from the time they said he supposedly
Talk
took
about it.
that juiced up or whatever,
Talk
he
about
still
it.
got a respectable career outside.
Mhm.
If you remove those numbers, his time when he was with Pittsburgh Pirates, in his first few 5, 6 years with the San Francisco Giants,
Come on.
bro, he still got some gaudy numbers, man. Some still got some, but let me just give you just a little bit of
Hold
like
on.
what we.
Another way of saying for you motherfuckers that don't get what he's saying. If you go and look at Barry Bonds early on in his career to the time before his motherfucking forearms start looking like he been lifting trains every day with his forearms, you can clearly see that Barry Bonds was one of the dopest players to ever play baseball.
Yes, sir.
Before y'all start saying he was on steroids, because we don't really know. It's just I just know somebody came out, a bitch ass nigga came out and said that he was using steroids, but I don't think they ever found. Did they ever find any proof that he was using steroids?
Yeah, he was. It was some cream. It was something called the cream or the clear that he was using, but
Okay, all right,
we
my
don't
bad.
know if he knew that he was taking like type of stuff. But
Oh, he
it,
didn't know.
it, it took a minute to like for them. He was in some reports called the Balco reports, which was the name of the Bay
Balco, yeah, I
Area,
remember that.
yeah, Bay Area Laboratory Cooperatives, and that's what it was. They got, and then his name was attached to that
Yes,
in the
and I
systems
also
and all that stuff.
and just in case you didn't know, the guy that was behind Balco was one of the top steroid producers in boxing who died a year or two ago, whatever that was. I
Really,
forgot the
okay.
guy's name, but it was him. But go ahead, keep going.
But yeah, no, man, like his all around career, he had 7 MVPs. There's only a few motherfuckers that got 7 MVPs, and
7
Shohei,
MVPs, bro.
like league MVPs. But if you, because like around the time they say, I want to say around '97, they said he was taking legit legal supplements. But '99 is when the year they actually got him like kind of like suspected him to start taking steroids. But 2000, 2001 is where you saw the numbers jumped, where you knew he was taking steroids. You knew he was getting juiced up. But I want to point out that he was a 7-time MVP, but he was the MVP in 1990 when he was with Pittsburgh Pirates, 1992 with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then 1993 also. Actually, in 1993 he just got the San Francisco MVP. So just those 3 years alone, he was a 3-time MVP before the accused of steroid use. But man, 7-time MVP, 14-time All Star, home run derby champ. Like I said, he had 7-time MVP 1990, 1992, 1993, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. His career batting average 298, just a shade under 300. He had 2,935 hits, 762 home runs, 1,996 RBIs batted in,
Crazy,
514 stolen bases,
crazy.
2,558 walks. One season he had 73 home runs. Crazy. I don't know if Aaron Judge actually eclipsed that. I don't think he did,
I don't think
but
so. I don't think
73
so.
home runs in one season, which was probably the peak of his steroid use. Crazy. Now my thing with steroids, yeah, I feel like it's more of a, like it makes you stronger and like, but it's I ain't gonna say it's more like Adderall, but like I heard it helps you like focus a little bit more. But I'm sorry, baseball is one of the hardest games ever to play, sports to ever play, and for him to still be able to hit like he did, average what he averaged, at least like keep it above 250, 260, 270, 280.
Mhm.
To make contact with that ball is
In a
a
split
skill. So I
second,
feel like,
half a second
huh?
to make contact with that ball in like half a second.
Yeah, it's like to make that contact still. The length of the ball, how far he hit that mug when he hit that mug in the ocean and stuff in San Francisco,
450, 450
ridiculous. But he was
yards.
still getting his home runs in before that. He had like 49 home runs before that, 43 before that, average of 30, between 25 to 30. So he always had power. His Pirates career, he was hitting 275. 7 seasons with Pittsburgh Pirates, he hit 275. I had 176 home runs, 556 RBIs, and he had one of the highest WARs of all time in the league ever.
Mhm.
So I'm a nitpick 'cause around 2000, 2001, that's when he had like he was going crazy. He had 49 home runs, hit 306, had 132 RBI in 2000. 2001, he hit 328, 73 home runs, and 137 RBIs, which is ridiculous. Like far as the home runs is RBIs, that's still a lot. That is a lot. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, when they came out with 2000, 2001, he had like they called the cream or the clear. That was the code name that was used for like the stuff that he supposedly used for like to get the steroids. But I added his
The
numbers up from
man that
the
they're saying was supplying all these players in baseball, his name was Victor Conti. Victor Conti has also
okay.
supplied a lot of boxers with uh, supplements, as they call them, to help them perform at a higher rate. Victor Conti also invented the snack program, which they said Bud Crawford used. And then Bud Crawford told everyone, if you wanted to test me, you can just test me whenever you want to. He said, I wear the clothes, I take the endorsements, but I don't take none of the juices that they use. I don't take none of that stuff. So,
So yeah. So what I did, I took, I combined his years with 7 years of Pittsburgh and
mhm.
the first 6 years where they didn't say he was using steroids with San Francisco. I mean, he still got some great numbers. In total, what 13 seasons all around before he got caught with the or suspected to use steroids. He
Mhm.
had 288, which is still great,
That's great.
especially back then. Great.
Mhm.
That would be fantastic now.
100%.
He had 445 home runs, which is still not some people hitting 400 home runs ever. Like there's only a few, pitcher hitters that had 400 home runs, and he had 445. He had 1,299 RBIs batted in. So like I feel like those stats alone, and just like the years he put in, the MVPs and all that stuff, the electricity he brought to the teams that he had. Unfortunately, he didn't win the World Series. He went to the World Series a couple of times though, just ended up losing. I think he had a Hall of Fame career, even if you subtract his years when they supposedly, got juiced up and was hitting home runs ridiculous into the ocean. But and another thing is like there's other players that's actually in the Hall of Fame that was suspected or have done steroids as well that they let in, but they continue to lowball him in this. He's literally one of the greatest of all time. Like between him and fucking Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Jackie Robinson,
Hey,
all
Rufus
these
Dominican.
shoeless Joe, Shohei Ohtani, I guess, Mike Trout,
Hmm.
all these people, Cal Ripken and stuff. So I think he should get in at some point. Y'all run out of players to find to get y'all just throwing anybody in that bitch now. But there's other players like Sammy Sosa, Tim McGuire.
Sammy Sosa ain't
Um,
in there, is he?
nah,
Oh, okay. I was about
I
to.
was saying like
I was
there's
about
other
to.
players that
Boy, I was about to
could be
go
considered
crazy.
for Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
But
P
if they,
Rose. P Rose got to get in there, man.
oh they that sucks. Like when he died, they actually like took
Decided to
away
let him
all
go.
the they took away his band and everything. So it's like, damn, y'all wait till this man died just to take the band away, even though my thing is like he bet on himself and won. Like he did what he said he was gonna do. He ain't like bet against his team. Like, nah, we finna be trash. I'm gonna sell. He was betting. I'm
P
about to get this
Rose bet
home
on
run.
himself
This
and
from this
won.
hit.
He literally bet on himself.
So that's why I think they banned it. They really like it ain't that.
I
I
don't
guess
think
it
it was
been
that. I think he might have knew some shit, man.
that too. Probably he
P
probably fucked
Rose, man,
somebody.
you
He probably
dead?
fucked
We'll
somebody.
never know.
He probably fucked the commissioner bitch one time. A couple of bitches,
He
in
probably
that.
did. He probably fucked a couple of them bitches. He's probably nutting in a couple
He
of them
was the
bitches
man
while.
back then.
Yeah, he
The
was.
white
He probably,
man,
yeah. With
like
that type of influence, that type of swagger, man, Pete Rose probably fucking some of they bitches, man. They was probably upset about that shit, man. He
yeah.
probably made bets about it. I bet you I can fuck your bitch. While y'all talk about me gambling, I bet you I can fuck your bitch. I bet you she
That,
gone.
yeah,
I
so
bet you she gone.
get get my
It
man
ain't like
Barry
that.
Bonds, get my boy
Yeah.
Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame before he's too late. So
They
he
gonna wait. They gonna do the same thing to Barry. Me and you gonna be old as fuck, sitting around smoking some weed, chilling out somewhere, and they gonna do that shit, and we gonna be sitting around talking about like, look at these bitch ass niggas, man. They decided to wait till this man died, or when he was old and gray and couldn't defend himself, and then they decided to let him into the to Hall of Fame. Y'all weak as fuck, man. Did y'all really do y'all due diligence to find out these motherfuckers was actually doing steroids? Or is Jose Canseco and any other rat ass, bitch ass, snitch ass nigga just is what they is? And they just speak on anybody because they know they rope is at an end and they know that they look bad. And so because they look bad, they're gonna tell on you, they're gonna tell on their mama, they're gonna tell on anybody that and everybody that they can to make themselves look like they weren't the only ones involved. It ain't about making me look bad, bitch. It's about defending yourself when you go up before them boards and them tribunals. It ain't got shit to do with me. You just made me look bad by way of you being a dumbass and a piece of shit. So why would you tell on
Yeah,
me? I wasn't there. I ain't the one asking you them questions. They asked you, did you use steroids, bitch? Your job was to say yay or nay, not to make me look bad. So what was you doing then? So then you get called on by these group of people to ask you questions, and you say Keith was using. Wait, what? We asked you what you was you doing. Well, it wasn't just me, it was Keith. And you know, want to keep oh yeah, they can't even see you because I do it again. And you know, it wasn't just Keith using it. You know who was using it with him? Pep. Pep was over there. Brother O was over there using it. He was over there doping up. And you know this for sure. Um, I know they were in the same offices that I was. I don't know if they was using, but I know they was in the same offices that I was in. Well, we need you to say that one of them was in the room with you. Who? It don't matter. Just say somebody.
ooh, ooh,
It was both
ooh,
of them.
ooh, ooh. Sorry, Al's in this bed.
Owls. Whoo. And the nigga just say, Brother O was in there. Keith was like 6 seats away from him.
No, listen,
Conspiracy
if,
face ass niggas, right?
if
And that
point if point was a person, like that's straight snitching
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
As
Your
a
name would be
LeBron meme, like, hey,
poinsettia, you
over
bitch
here.
ass nigga.
Hey, there you go,
Your
right
name would
there.
be poinsettia if Point was a person. But you a bitch ass nigga, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that because yo telling fucked it up for other people, and you was mad because your big back ass, big steroid face ass, and you know I wonder if it's true because I never used steroids like that, but they say it shrink your dick.
Yeah, heard that too.
I don't
I
use
kind
it,
of heard
so
some players say like that kind of do like you lose some of your manhood or it ain't working as properly. You stronger everywhere that you want to be, really want to be, probably. So I mean that's why I get your head got bigger, but your main head
mhm.
got lost some
It lose some
some
of
some
its
what weight on that motherfucker
oh
too,
yes, it lose some of its fervor.
or
Yeah,
stamina.
yeah, not the stamina, its appearance.
That too.
You lose your appearance messing with
You
this
know,
whatever you was.
the little door stoppers.
All that, yeah. You go for the
But
from the elephant trunk, you know.
it it just sucks though, cause like the steroid era kind of brought baseball back, cause like they was actually going through a bad time when
They
like
were.
in 1994 they had a lockout, and that was a year where they was having a really good year all around baseball. Shit, I think White Sox was one of the teams that was really good at one point. Like a few teams was good, like
Yeah.
supposed to be like I
Rest
think
in peace, Bobby Jinx.
oh yes, Bobby Jenks, yes, the big man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But no, like that's why the New York Mets, not New York Mets, Montreal Expos are no longer a team because they actually had one of the best seasons they had that year, 94, 95, and a
Hmm.
lockout happened. And because of not being able to pay for like the stadium to get it renewed and build a new one
Hmm.
and just contracts and stuff, they had to, dismantle that team. But like after
Wow.
that, it was a bad couple years for baseball. Like nobody really, I mean, not saying watching it, but it just ain't had no hype behind it. And because of steroid era, because of Sammy Sosa and Tim McGuire, is it Tim McGuire? Am I saying the name
Mark
right?
McGuire.
Mark McGuire. Wow, yeah,
Mark
Mark
McGuire. Yeah.
McGuire. That little home run show they had that got MLB back buzzing, and that's when I kind of low key started watching baseball a little bit more. And then
Yeah,
Barry
that was early
Bonds
that was
going
early
crazy.
2000s, right?
Yeah, late 99. That's like 98, 99. I think one of
Something
those
like that.
years,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then going into 2000. So
Yeah.
that around that
Because
time, that
Sammy hit like 77 home runs or something, or 73 or something,
it was like
71,
60 something. I think Mark McGuire got to like almost 70, and
80.
then
It was a 77 or 80. Somebody got something like crazy like that, right?
now I mean Barry Bonds I think still got the most. So it had to be
Okay.
like they both had like 50, 60. Like they were going crazy. They was going crazy that one summer though.
Yeah,
They
that
they,
one
they even
summer
did
they was
a
going crazy.
they did a ESPN 30 for 30 on that too, just because of that shit. But yeah,
And
man, like
then we come to find out where just a keep your thought, keep your thought. And then all of a sudden, Sammy Sosa goes up to the plate, swings, the bat breaks open, and they
yeah,
say he has a corkscrew in his bat.
and that's the thing, like this one, like Sammy, he's not in the like Hall of Fame because of that more than it is like maybe because he was taking steroids. It was like they just thought he was cheating with just like his bat and like not using the proper appropriate bat to be in the league or official bat.
Nigga had a corked bat, and no one gave a fuck. But they said he was using steroids. No one cared about the bat. They said, "Oh, it was a practice bat." So why did he swing and on real time at the plate with a cork bat that no one seemed to give a fuck about? But was he really on steroids? Was there any testing that done that said Sammy Sosa was on steroids?
So that's the thing. Like it's co-players that's in the Hall of Fame: David Ortiz, Ivan Rodriguez, Jeff Bagwell, Mike Piazza. That there was suspicion of them taking steroids, but
Suspicion.
they never got proven that they got took steroids. Even though David Ortiz's name was in the report in one of them. That was kind of like Baco, but a little bit after Baco. I think maybe like Jose Canseco like type snitching, but yeah, people like Sammy Sosa, they're not getting the benefit of the doubt either right now. They just literally just like nah. They gave them some of the best years in their careers and made put MLB back on the map as far
It
as like
did. It did,
entertaining.
including Sammy Sosa, who turned around and bleached his skin.
That's where it was like, all right, dog,
And he
what the
looked
fuck is
like
that?
Casper the Friendly Ghost. And then you go, yo, what do you think is gonna happen to you, fam? You think that's gonna make you look better to the white folk that vote you in? You think those writers care about you looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost?
That man was like
You
the
think
Pink
those
Panther
motherfuckers care
hat
about you looking like Marlon Wayans and Sean Wayans on the
and
white
white shit.
chicks?
Oh, I love this song. Making my way downtown, walking past, shaking that ass, and I'm like, no.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And I miss you.
Mm-mm. And I wish you, and now,
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
nah, it's fine.
If I get 1,000 now, I'm in a now.
Walk 1,000 miles if I could just see
See.
you tonight, bitch. Tonight, bitch. But nah,
You tweaked out hard, man. Yo, you was so fucked up by what the motherfuckers was gonna do to your ass that you decided to bleach your skin and your booty hole. Now your booty hole is green and your skin complexion looks like salmon.
oh shit,
Now they
shit.
calling you Salmon Sosa, my nigga. They call you Salmon Sosa.
I'm on
You really
that
give a
pink
fuck
salmon
about
look
what
good,
these
look good.
you really give a fuck about what these white folk think about you, man? Hey,
Nah, yeah.
hey, Sammy. It's been about what, 20 years now? It's been about
I'm
20
not
years.
black, no black.
Yeah,
I've been in
I
that
know
girl.
black. I know black. I know black. Yes, you are,
I'm
bitch.
Haitian.
I know that you're Haitian. I know that you're Venezuelan. I know that you're Dominican, whatever it is you want to call it. But bitch, you black.
Cuban, something. I forgot
Because if
you.
we do your testing on you right now, if we go to AfricanAncestry.com, they're gonna test your shit, and your shit gonna go all the way back to Nigeria, Cameroon, or someplace like that. Ghana, Liberia, someplace like that. But hey, Sammy, you gave a fuck that much about what they thought about you that you bleached your skin
An asshole.
and your ass up.
And your
And
dick. And your nipples. And your belly button.
keep your ass crazy. You gave them people the power to tell you who you ain't. For
And you got
anybody
even
to get
X
what I
out.
just said, for anybody
You
who
got
get what I
X
just
out
said,
after that shit. You got
you gave them people the power to tell you who you are not, just because of a little pressure. They don't know what you did, and I'm not saying that. Let me say this too. I'm not saying that you did it. I'm saying that they don't know. Now, did your forearms get big as fuck? Yeah, they did. They look like my motherfucking thighs. They did. But I don't know what type of workouts, exercises that you were doing. I'm strong than a motherfucker. Keith is strong too. I'm strong. So we don't know what you were actually doing, man. Ken Griffey was strong too. So we don't know what the fuck he was doing. You just
oh,
allowed them people to come into your life and just say whatever the fuck you wanted. And no one, I don't know who was in his corner at the time, but all I had to do was just tell yo, chill the fuck out, man. Just go live your life. Continue to
well,
tell them
fuck.
you blessed to be here. Life has been very good for you since you came to the Cubs and all that shit. And continue to move. Move how you want to move. And instead, you bleached your whole body. And now you look like the twin of Serena Williams. You look like a twin now, like her brother or father or some shit.
And they stopped. That's it. He did all that just for them to stop fucking with him. Even the Cubs
That's
stopped fucking with him for a few years. He just got back in the good graces of them.
all I'm saying. That's all
So
I'm saying. Keep going.
take your
I ain't gonna say. I
Pink
ain't gonna say
Panther
shit.
ass back to Cuba or where the hell you from? Dominican Republic. One of them
Dominican
bitches.
Republic. Now the nigga look like now he look like the Pink Panther and shit.
Now he trying to come back and be on his black side. I think he trying to get back darker. I'm like, nah, dog.
It's too late. You done
You
bleached.
can't
You done.
reverse that.
I don't know. I don't know what you can do about that shit once you do that. I don't know if you can do anything about that to get it back. And it ain't vitiligo for anybody that's saying, "Oh, I thought he had vitiligo." You a vitiligo hoe. That's what you is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get into some other last couple your digs.
Mm-hmm,
The
mm-hmm,
Bears
mm-hmm.
coming up
Yeah.
soon. Coming soon. Season starting 2 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Carolina
Let me jump
Panthers.
in on your topic
Bears.
though. Let me jump in on your topic because I got something I want to say. Is Antwan Randle the next offensive coordinator for the Bears or in the league? Are we looking at the next one? Because the Bears have been using him. They've been allowing him, they've been giving him the freedom to make the plays and call the plays out there. Is he one of the next ones? What you think?
Well, it depends. Because after watching the first preseason game, and he supposedly coach let him uh, call the shots in the second half of the game, and that we put the most points or most touchdowns in that game, which
Mm-hmm.
it looked good. What we saw with Case McKeenum and that second unit, third unit, whatever it was, that's how the offense should look if Caleb get throws down or like the easy throws down, the check down and all that. How it should look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and they even had an interview with Antwan Randle with L, where Ben Johnson jumped in it and he was like, "Hey man, coach said he actually told Ben Johnson told him that shit, you actually calling a better game than me right now." So that looked good, and I think so. That's from where Antoine want to get to at some point. But I'm also hearing that plus Al Harris, who's our DB coach.
Okay. Okay.
He want to be a coach at some point, in which a lot of people think that he might be the next one snagged from us. Like as far as like whoever after this season goes, depending on how it goes,
Mm-hmm.
especially we continue to have a high turnover rate on our defense. man, Al Harrison could be up out of there as far as like a head coach or a offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator for sure. But Antoine, the way he looked calling that first game in the second half, looked good. Now I need to know, did he have any play calling duties in that second game against preseason against the Bengals? Because if so, he going to have to put some more work in. Because we only put up 9 points, no touchdowns against the Bengals. Yeah,
Terrible.
we started Caleb and them the first drive, and they only put up 3 points. We had a chance to score or like make some noise, make a play, but a flag by weak ass Braxton Jones made it first and 20 instead of being first and 10 or whatever. So or second and 3 or some shit. So I think with this team, it depends on how this team go this year. Like there's a little call for concern on the defensive end because
Hmm.
like we didn't really address that a line defensive line like we should have getting like a major impact player or a star or whatever. But I think Antoine, I think he a couple years away. Like he going to get like an offensive coordinator job somewhere
He got to get
probably
his feet wet. He
first
got to get his feet wet.
before he get the actual head coaching job. But
That's a
I can
fact.
see it. He's from Chicago, Illinois. I hope so. At some point, I'm
I heard he
hoping he
from
get.
Homewood Flossmoor, represent for Homewood Flossmoor, goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I heard from out there, Thornridge or whatever it is, Thornton, whatever it is. Represent, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Put on for the
represent
city.
your
Put on
clique.
from where you from. You
Represent
dig?
your clique. You scared. You scared. Stop acting like you scared. And let me find out you was out there in them clubs in around 2001 or 2002, 2003 when Lil Jon was really getting it crunk out there, throwing bows and fucking people up.
That was my era. That was my era. If
I was
you
getting
whenever
ass
you
whooped.
ready, we can go down south, Keith. I can show you how to throw some balls if you want to.
Put your fist where your hands at. Yeah, no, but
Beer. Why you acting like a beer? That's my era, man.
but
That's
I
my
do
era.
think I do
Shout out to my
think at some
homie
point it's fun.
Keon, my homie Shell, Toby, my nigga Stacy. Um, all I look, I forgot everybody's name. They know who they are. They know how much fun we used to have while I was down there. Shout out to the Barracuda squad. Um,
Marshall Mongo, two crack killers.
a bunch of other people who I ain't gonna name now because I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what y'all up to. Um, I have fun. Life is good, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Antwan Randle will get a couple more seasons. He might get a chance. I got to see him get like an offensive
Yeah.
coordinator job or
I
something
just think
first.
he just need that running time, to be out there and really get a feel for what the game is really like and for the players and then that actual live experience. Because he's gonna need some time to understand what it's like to get the regular season and then those really crucial moments in the regular season and the playoffs to make sure that he can develop himself and he can have full trust in himself to make those decisions. God bless you, bro. I wish you the best. Nothing but success to you. But that's not just manifestation, brother. That's gonna come by you putting in some hard motherfucking work. That's the only way that you can do anything. And for you being a receiver in the NFL and playing for Pittsburgh Steelers, that's what it takes. So we're not glazing over it, and we're not gonna take it lightly. But you really got to put in the time. And I hope that you get some time with the Bears. And it turns out, I think, man, I'm not gonna really. I'm gonna just shoot the fuck off, and I'm just gonna say some shit that you may or may not want to hear, man. If this team, this coach is as good as it looks, or it may be the way I'm thinking, we can might as well just start thinking about, and I'm gonna just say it. You might as well just start looking at a Super Bowl in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm just gonna put it out there, bro. I'm just gonna throw that shit out there. Y'all can hate me for it, saying I'm too early on the train. Listen, I'm just telling you what I see, what I know, and the things that I'm hearing. All right. And because of these things that I'm hearing, I'm just putting it out there. And I'm not trying to hype y'all up and then break y'all heart later on and say that y'all are suckers. But the things that I'm hearing about Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, uh, and the running back crew and the offensive line, and some of those guys coming back healthy, and these guys being bone crushers and being able to do a lot on the field, like it looks like it may be that time for people to start recognizing that these motherfuckers are not just there existing, but they're there to win. But even with that said, bitch is blue and gold until the Bears show me something different. I'm good. Los Angeles Rams in this hole. God
All right.
damn it. And we still
So
waiting on your bitch ass to tell us what you're doing. I don't mean to call you a bitch in a bad way. But Aaron Donald, what the fuck are you waiting on? God damn. Let us know what's going on with you, man.
he definitely fold your ass
He'll beat
first
the fuck out of me, man. At 6'2", 6'3",
during the basketball. But
200.
now,
I don't
hey,
need that type of
who,
problem in
who
my life. I will fight the shit. Aaron Donald, I will fight the shit out your big ass, boy. And I know you a big old nigga and shit like that. I know you a BOM, but boy, I will fight the shit out your ass. I ain't say bite me. I will fight the shit out of you.
there's some
We gonna
freak
have
boys
a
out here that
mean one.
bite. Ooh.
Ain't gonna
Nah,
be no
but
biting, bro. I will,
the
man.
fun boys out there. But nah, hey, for people that been watching this since the beginning last year, we came a long way. This man was not fucking with the Bears at all. He was booing the shit out of us, saying he don't give a fuck about us.
Because of
He
what
don't
they did,
care.
man.
He don't believe in us. He don't trust us. And this man just sat up here and told us that we might have a chance to win a Super Bowl in 3 to 5 years. Look, that's how
They
they know
right
it
there. It's
actually
right
is
there.
Ben Johnson and maybe Pose, but like the whole everybody tuned and changed up a little bit. You know, there's still some haters out there for sure. Still some a lot of still haters. Even he's still a goddamn Los Angeles Rams fan for some reason.
I am Matthew Stafford. Goddamn, goddamn me. You
Rooting for
understand
the
me?
white man. But Aaron Donald, but Aaron Donald, stay your ass at home, please. Nobody got time for that, bro. Like
Come on,
you
Aaron
took
Donald.
too
Get
long
get
to
in
come
on get
back.
in get in on this, homie.
Like you gonna
Get
be
in on this,
tired.
homie.
You ain't
Call
gonna
me.
have that same impact. I mean, you will gonna be cold, but like it's gonna take a minute. And you know when things like that happen, like when people try to like force some shit, things don't go that well. Ask the Philadelphia Eagles what they had the dream team. Shit, ask who else just folded
Rams
not too
ain't
long
forcing
ago.
nothing, brother. They just looking at the players they got and they trying to
Fuck
figure
around,
out a
come
way
back,
to make
because
this
bro, you
all work.
haven't played in two,
They
three
just trying
years.
to
Like
figure out a
the league
team.
has moved
Keep
on from you. You gonna come around and get a tricep injury, and you like, damn, I should have did a full, off season. I know you work out every day. I know you work out every day.
they
I
just
know you
trying to
still
see
out
what
here.
work. Keep they just trying to figure out what work on their team, man.
If they really wanted to sign that man, or like he wanted to really be back, he would have did it by now. You gotta get in that training camp and get started being with the team. He's 2 weeks away. Now if they put it where he come in the middle of the season, then finish the season like that, then all right, cool. But stay your ass at home. Stay your. I fuck
Nah,
Arizona.
do
I
what you
fuck with
gotta
you.
do, Aaron Donald.
I
You
fuck with
know
you,
what? The
Arizona.
Bears end up being really, really good. Aaron Donald, stay home,
Like
man.
if you want to help a team, come to Chicago.
Ooh.
We need a defensive tackle that's gonna force
Aaron
that.
Donald, when was the last time you was in some really cold weather, bro? We might need your help over here. You might need to teach these guys. You might want to get a job after your after your last year. We might be into that. Well, it ain't no we, cause I don't work for these motherfuckers. But pretty pink.
But yeah, man. Hopefully this season, we got a lot of injuries this year, man. We got too many players on injury reserve right now, or about to or hurt. So Kyle Manon got to come back, but when season start, hopefully.
Man,
Uh,
we need you back, my non
Co-
guy. Come
Kobe
on, get your shit
Bryant,
together.
he might be out for the whole season
Who
unless we
was
make the
that?
playoffs. Kobe Bryant, the guy we signed from the Seahawks, safety, our biggest, signing. Tyreek Stevenson, we need you back. Terrell Smith, I've been vouching for you the last couple years, but you've been hurt. Best ability is availability. Taysom Bagent got hurt. That's why he didn't play the last preseason game. Uh, Kyler Gordon, I don't know what's going on, bro, but motherfuckers ain't the happiest with you right there in the Bear fandom and the coach in the building seem like, and even probably with yourself or like you with them. We need you back, my boy. But Bears, bear down. And last thing, I don't know how. Well, we know why. We know why. But Deshaun Watson named QB1
No, before
for
you
the
get into
Cleveland
that,
Browns.
I think there's some bubble players that was that may make the team. Roshan Johnson, Salvon Ahmed. I think you might want to. Did you talk about them already?
Oh no, yeah. There's a potential RB3 competition going on because we know who our starting running back DeAndre Swift, our backup running back Kyle Manunga, but Johnson who built the team the last few years, who we
Mhm.
drafted, he was the backup of Bijan Robinson at Texas. But the thing is, he run hard, he run north and south, tough guy to take down. He just have injuries. That's why he wear the Guardian cap, but he always been injured the last couple of years. Can't really stay on the field. This dude named Salvon Ahmed. He been kind of balling. I think he had twice as less, half his carries of Roshan, but had just as many yards. So efficient, could get to the holes. And in the first preseason game, he had like a 50-yard screen pass, catch and run for a touchdown. So I mean, I want to rock with my boy Roshan and give him because I like him in the red zone, for a touchdown, like end zone, to get in there to push the line. But dude run a little bit better. He got a little more smoother run, younger, quicker. Might be something that like he's like right in between us, like a little beefier than Swift and Managa, but like no, he could probably be that third guy for us. But I like that. Tight ends, we got three so far. Might get a couple more. It's receivers also. Like we got Roman Dunze, Luther Burden, uh, Jada Walker. Oh, Khalif Raymond from Detroit, Jade Walker. Now 5 and 6. It's I think we got one more this time I'm missing, but we got potential to get this dude named Caden Davis. He kind of showed some flashes. Maybe this guy Maurice Alexander, who's always been like on the team, but like never really established like for us. But he kind of looked good in preseason. And then a couple other guys, Scotty Miller, who won a championship with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. Just another deaf guy. And then a couple of players, but like those are the main ones. And then we just got a couple of backups for fucking our cornerbacks or safeties, but no real other competition anywhere else except for actually left tackle. We got Audrey Trapillo back, but they're gonna slowly ease him in, so he might not start the season, but he's not gonna be on IR. I think for the first, like if you go on IR, you're gonna miss the first 4 games no matter what. So he might miss the first two, maybe three, and get him back in that left tackle role, starting protect Caleb Williams. But that man is on the Madden cover, and we need to keep him upright. And Braxton Jones, I'm not always
Mm,
100% on him, and nobody else behind him. So, yeah.
that's important. We got to keep Caleb Williams standing up, right? Um, God bless the players that are going out, that are trying out and trying to make the season. As the preseason winds down and we get ready to head into the actual NFL season. I look forward to seeing the best player. May the best man win, and may the best man get on the field and play and represent and produce in great fashion. I look forward to it. So I don't have nothing else. How about yourself? You got anything else?
One last thing. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. She died on
She did.
Titty
She died
Tuesday.
today. Yep. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton was a G. You know, she
We
ain't
ain't
like
get
a
to we
lot
ain't
of
get to
you
see
other.
them things, but
Yeah.
just gotta
She
get
wasn't
on
like
it.
a lot of you other motherfuckers who were just white and just a piece of shit. You know, Dolly Parton stood for something. You know what I'm saying? And whether people realize that or not, or even cared, she really cared about people of Earth, humanity, and mankind. You know what I mean? So, and real quick, I don't know if I did this yet, but here's a beer that I was drinking. Right? It's called Funky Town. If you're in Chicago and you're looking for a new beer to try, this was the Cyan Shoes Weather. Right? Cyan Shoe Weather. Yeah, that's it right there. Boom. So it's a Funky Town beer. You can get it at the Funky Town Brewery. Me and Keith are gonna try to go up there one day. Maybe he might go up there by himself. But Keith, he be moving around a lot. He got a lot of stuff going on and everything. I'd be at home drinking it. But I will go up there with him. Excuse me, the place up there up north, decent, right off the blue line. Some decent food. The brewery is right in the back. You go in there and you eat and you have a good time and everything is love. That's all I got. I look forward to the Billy Canelo fight. David Benavidez is gearing up for a fight. He don't have nobody. He don't have a fight date yet because he trying to get somebody to fight him. Um, that's it. Anything else you want to say before we get up out of here, homeboy?
Nah, man, just everybody be cool out here. Keep your head on the swivel. And try to stay cool these last couple. Well, I guess a month, a summer left, if there
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah.
And if any y'all women lady out there want to throw some pussy, I'm ready to catch it. So no
I mean,
disrespect.
yeah,
It's
he
just
do.
just
You know,
just
he's
that's
at the
that's keep it
concert.
real.
I already caught
Nah, throw me
caught a
some
few
clean pussy,
G's.
not no bad, no infested, you know, STD, infested coochie, some
Okay.
clean, good cook. Nah, but for real though, I'm
Okay.
good though. Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, we done with that.
But
And ladies and gentlemen, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. And if you don't understand that, the message ain't meant for you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brother O. That is,
Keith to the motherfucking too tall.
he forgot his name,
Keith
but
too
maybe he
tall.
was
That
waiting for me to
is.
say it. That's you know who it is. And we done here. Y'all have a good night, a great day. God bless all. That's it here. Sports Punch. We out.